guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marie, and if you're not, hey, how are you? But really, so in today's video we're just going to discuss things to say to someone with a mental health illness. So I did do a video on things not to say, and I'll link it maybe at the end or in the description box down below. I just thought I'd do another video on things to say, because sometimes you don't know, even though you know what not to say, sometimes you don't know what to say. So this video could be really helpful to you guys if you're trying to support someone who's going through a mental health illness, whether they're a friend, whether they're a family member, anyone. This is the video for you. So let's get right into it. The first thing, I'm just reading off my phone because I don't want to forget anything. Do you want to talk about it? So saying this to someone with a mental health illness, it shows them that you're acknowledging the fact that you know that they're maybe not their regular happy self or just their regular self. So you're acknowledging that, and you're giving them like an open door to now speak about it, because sometimes people who go through mental health illnesses feel like they might be a burden sharing all their problems and offloading on you, which is another thing that I might go on to later in this video. But anyway, basically just an open door for them to obviously speak about what they're going through. So it really does make them feel appreciated, and it makes them feel like, okay, cool, I feel like I can open up to this person because obviously they're giving me this space too. And one thing I would say is, don't say it as just a passing question. Do like take time, maybe sit down with them. Don't just, okay, when you're eating dinner or something, oh, earlier you weren't looking too well, do you want to talk about it? And then move on to the next topic. No, because then they'll just feel like, why did you even ask? It's just like saying, oh, how are you, but then moving on, like not even acknowledging the fact that someone's replying to how are you. Maybe they're saying that they're upset or sad. So do give that space for them to actually answer whether like what's going on, or if everything is fine, then everything's fine. But just give them that space to, and let them speak. Don't speak over them. The next one is, what can I do to help? So sometimes people with mental health illnesses, they don't know what help is out there most of the time. Me especially, I didn't know anything about psychiatric units. I didn't know anything. To be honest, I knew about counsellors. That's one thing that I did know, because I think I had counselling previously. But there's a lot more help out there than people realise. And I think when people are going through mental health illnesses, they just think, okay, I'm gonna have to struggle with this by myself. There's no help out there for me. I don't know what to do. Like, but you reaching out to them and saying, is there any way that they can help? Maybe that person with mental health illnesses maybe won't know how you can help. Maybe you could suggest to them that you'll reach out to a mental health charity and ask them for advice on whatever you're going through, and just stuff like that, which will obviously make them feel really good, because obviously you're reaching out and you're going above and beyond to obviously help them and try and get help for them so that they do feel better. So that is something that really will help them and will make them feel better. The next one is, that sounds difficult, how are you coping? So sometimes people don't want to open up there and then. Some people won't just blurt out that, okay, I'm not coping, all of this is going on, especially if that person isn't close to you. They're not gonna just offload to you. But showing that obviously you're there for them and you're able to be there whenever they need help, and whenever you're there ready to offload, helps them know that, okay, there's another person out there who's able to listen to what they're going through. Another one is, listen to them. Like I've said with all the other points that I've mentioned, people with depression just want someone to listen to them, just want someone to acknowledge what they're going through, and just be able to offload. And even better, if that person is someone who has got experience and knows ways in which they can help that person, even better. Mentioning that there's help available to them is great as well, especially if you know the help and you know the way to contact the help as well, whether it's a counsellor, whether it's a psychologist, whether it's a mental health nurse, whether it's the doctor. Just knowing the way to contact them and knowing the way to get your friend or your family member an appointment with that specialist is great. I know there is a lot of waiting lists and stuff for especially counselling. I had to wait like 6 months, but trying to get the help as soon as possible, and even getting them on the waiting list as soon as possible, obviously will hopefully have them on the waiting list for a lot shorter time than maybe if you waited a bit longer. Letting them know that you're important to them. I think, to be honest, me personally, I constantly felt like I was a burden to my parents, a burden to my family, because I was constantly self-harming, and I thought I was just causing my parents' pain. And I think that was another reason why I just wanted to end my life, because I just thought all the people around me, they don't need me, they'd be so much better off without me. So I just thought, okay, the best thing is just to end my life. But having someone just say to you, you are important to me, and hearing those words from someone is just so nice to hear. Often people don't say it enough. So I think when you're suffering from a mental health illness and you have, I don't know, your mother or your father saying you're important to me, even though obviously you know that you are important to them because you're their child, or maybe a friend of yours says it, it's still nice to hear it, you know what I mean? Because sometimes we go days and days and weeks without even saying I love you to each other. So hearing those words physically is just really nice to hear, and obviously it gives you that oomph and it gives you that positive energy just to continue going and not to obviously feel so low to the point that obviously you end up self-harming or committing suicide. And the last point to mention is you are not a burden. Like I said, I think in like the first point that I mentioned, no one wants to be a burden on no one, especially if you're going through a mental health illness, because it will just make you feel even worse and make you feel like you don't belong in this world. Having that person just saying to you, you're not a burden, you are worth every breath of life that you keep breathing. At the moment, obviously you're struggling with mental health, but we can help you and we can support you until you do feel better. We just want you to feel better as well. Saying those kind of things, it really does the trick, and it really does help someone going through it. Because I think for me, especially when I was going through it, that's all I wanted to hear. I just wanted to hear words of encouragement and positive words, although I was feeling really low. And to be honest, half of the time it probably didn't impact me as much just because I was so depressed, but the few times that it did impact me, obviously it did help. So yeah, it was really helpful. Those are all the points that I've got for today's video. I hope it did help in terms of just speaking to people with depression, speaking to people with mental health illnesses in general, to be honest. So hopefully it can help you support those loved ones around you. Please do like, comment and subscribe to my channel. It will mean a lot, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Okay, cool. Oh gosh, why is the light is not lighting? No, that's too bright. Is that okay? Cool. Hey, they say I change. That in my lane. Fam, King Promise, yeah. If you're watching this, you're my husband's, and we gonna get married. We gonna have kids or whatever. Next home period. What we doing today? let me check what we did today. Cool. Okay. Take the bad and G come out my face. Need you no more. If you don't be money, don't call me. If you know better money, don't call me. If you don't be money, don't call me. If it is ring ring, make it ring my line.